Hi, this is Rachel from Dollar Store Reviewer, and today I am looking at an LED fountain with stones from Dollar Tree. Now, you might be thinking, isn't Dollar Tree the store where everything costs just $1.25? How can you get a fountain for just $1.25? Well, this is part of Dollar Tree's new lineup. They have a product line called Dollar Tree Plus. And Dollar Tree Plus consists of products that cost more than $1.25. In my experience, items in this product line tend to cost either $3 or $5. So they're still pretty cheap. This fountain was $5 at my local Dollar Tree in the Dollar Tree Plus aisle. And so this is what a $5 fountain from the Dollar Tree looks like. It runs on two AA batteries, which you put in on the bottom of the base. When the fountain is empty, you just flip it upside down, and there's a battery compartment down there, and you put your batteries in. And it has an on-off switch on the back here. Very simple. Just turn it off or turn it back on. It has these 5 little streams of water that come down from the top, and they land in this basin, and there are rocks, and there is a little LED light down under the rocks. It's kind of hard to see. There it is. And there's a water intake area down here. The manual recommends that you keep the rocks away from the water intake area, so the water can be pulled up to the top of the fountain and the fountain can actually run. I have also discovered through trial and error that keeping the rocks away from this blue wall, keeping it away from that water intake area, also helps to reduce the sound of the motor when this fountain is running. You want to be able to hear the splashing water and the fountain. You don't want to hear this motor buzzing. And so keeping the rocks towards the front of this base helps with that. Now, I've been running this fountain for a few hours, and you can see that this fountain splashes. It actually splashes quite a bit. I have owned a couple of other tabletop fountains over the years, and it's not uncommon for a tabletop fountain to have some splashing, but this one does seem to splash quite a bit, probably quite a bit more than other fountains that I have experience with. Now, the manual says not to overfill the basin with water because that can lead to splashing or excessive splashing, but I've tried this with less water and I've tried it with more water, and it doesn't really seem to make a difference. I can still see water splashing out of it, and you want to have enough water that the fountain can operate because it's not good for it to run if there's not enough water. Certainly you don't want to run it if there's no water. So it seems like whether you put a small amount of water in or a lot, it just splashes. And that's probably the biggest drawback to this fountain. It means that if you're looking for a small fountain to put on a desktop at work or in a home office, or you want to put a fountain on an end table or shelf in your living room, you may not want this fountain, because if you have electronics or books or papers, things stand a chance of getting wet with this fountain. Otherwise, this is not really a bad fountain. The blue background here, I think, looks a little bit cheap, but it's a $5 fountain, so it is what it is. I have this fountain in my sunroom at the moment, so the water's not really doing any damage to my glass-topped coffee table out here. But because of the splashing issue, I think this would actually be a good fountain to use maybe on a covered patio or a covered porch. The manual says that it is strictly for indoor use, but I think if you had it somewhere that was covered where it's not being rained on, and as long as it's not outside where it's really cold, if you live someplace where the winters aren't too cold, or you could just bring it in for the winter. I think this might work really well on a covered porch where it's somewhat out of the elements, but it doesn't really matter if it splashes and gets things on the porch wet. So there you have it. And this fountain came in several different varieties, by the way. There were different colors, there were different styles. Not all of them had this blue wall in the background. You could kind of find a lot of designs to suit whatever your personal preferences are. And all of the fountains that I saw at Dollar Tree were $5. So all the same price point, all part of this Dollar Tree Plus product line, with products that cost more than what you come to expect with Dollar Tree. Instead of $1.25, things might be $3, they might be $5, like these fountains. So anyway, this is an LED fountain with stones, and it is $5 at Dollar Tree.